Dortmund are having a torrid time of things at the moment. New coach Peter Bosz, who led a young Ajax side to a Europa League final, lost to Manchester United, looks increasingly under threat. Bosz, less tactically astute than his predecessor Thomas Tuchel, has tried a 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 and 3-4-3 this season, but is finding wins and, crucially, defensive solidity hard to come by. One shining light though has been the form of striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who scored 11 in 12 league games and 2 in 5 in the Champions League. Aubameyang is a mobile, quick striker who plays best with two players either side of him, usually two of Andrei Yarmolenko, Mario Götze or Christian Pulisic. Aubameyang also sets the tone for Dortmund's press and high defensive line, pressuring centre-backs and even, as seen against Spurs in the Champions League this season, the goalkeeper with direct run-in towards the man receiving the pass. As an attacking option, his game is predicated on pace, finishing and an awareness of where the ball will end up. Most of his goals are either from quick through balls, which he runs onto and scores, or a predatory presence in the box, especially for cutbacks from the wide men. He's especially good at laying off the ball, moving into the space and finishing the return pass as Dortmund play with pace on the counter press. Aubameyang's proportion of shots from within the penalty area has increased as Dortmund have used him more and more as a focal point, playing high up the pitch and central rather than cutting in so much from wide, and allowed him the freedom to play purely as a goal getter rather than as a creator. Interestingly, his percentage of successful dribbles has fallen off significantly as he's moved more central and played as an out-and-out centre forward. It's still a big part of his game, but it would suggest that he needs space to build up speed with the ball at his feet, close him down and it's easier to dispossess the striker. Nonetheless, Aubameyang will have to be watched closely by his Champions League opponents. He's leading the African goal scorer in Bundesliga history and is the first Gabonese player to win the African Footballer of the Year in 2015. He scored 23 in 56 for the Panthers. His ability, pace and finishing means that irrespective of the systematic issues currently being suffered by Dortmund, he will still pose a threat to any side. The merest sniff of a counter-attacking chance and the quick striker can inflict damage as his goal-scoring record shows. Even as Peter Bosz's reign appears to be falling apart, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is still scoring goals. It might not be enough to save the Dutch manager, but it could still derail Dortmund's Champions League opponents' aspirations. Of course, there also has been talk of Aubameyang leaving Dortmund this upcoming transfer window. What do you think? Do you think he'll leave? And if he will, where do you think he'll go? Let us know in the comments below, and thanks for watching, guys.